Right, you birds, today we're going to take this and use it as a clock divider. We are going to take this and use it as our sequencer. And we're going to come in here to the sync, and we're going to come out of this thing, and I'll show you how to lash this all up. And we're going to use this, you can turn this all on, as a timekeeper just to say that we're in tune. And we're going to use this ancient device, and we can see now that that's triggered, and I'll show you how to lash all this up in a second here. But that's basically it, and now we just need this to turn on, and in theory this is all going to be happening. Now we should be able to hear that that's coming through either channel, and I'm using these two oscillators here. The upper and the lower have a different pitch, that's why we can hear that. But you can see the business is that this device doesn't have a digital readout. You can't set it to 120, to 82, to 164. Be nice if you could. Be nice if they had a button to change octaves. But this is analog. You want it analog, now you've got it. So if you want the digital thing, save up the 400 and change and get the one that does that. This is the $19 metronome things to practice your scales on. So if we change this to 120, and we'll come over here, we'll dial this to 120. And we can see that that basically does it. And we'll go back to 100. And we'll dial this back to 100. We're just checking our work here. Dun, 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 dun. It's inspiring, that piece, isn't it? Pretty cool. Now if we come on over here and we take our sync, which is coming out of this Wapsugan here, and we'll go over to, and that's 100 again because we're coming out of this top one. Now if we go to the bottom one, now let's make sure this is all right. So half of 100 is 50, so we'll dial this down to 50 and see if we're in the ballpark, because this is not 100% accurate, and we'll look at the computer in a minute. Dun, 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 dun. There it is. So it's marching along pretty much as we wanted it to, which is an inspiration for us. So let's unplug this, and we'll come over here. And now what we've got is we're back to 100, but we can see now that that we're plugged into this quadralizer thing here, whatever that is. This top one is the A and B. This is the two upper. Okay, so we'll look at this more closely. This is the 281T, and it's got four individual kind of rise and fall thingies here. This is like it's not an ADSR, it's an AR. So we set the slope here and the falling slope here, and it's the same for all of them. The operative thing is this three-way switch here. This changes the whole way it all works. So however you want to apply this, each one of these four sections, you need to set this switch first to make sure it's going. This is our input, and we're using the trigger input from our little metronome here. So that goes in the trigger, and then it goes through this, and I just set both of these all the way to the left, so we want it as fast and as sharp as we can. There's some other things online that tell you about the sequencer when people are trying to make it chase a clock. from anywhere that it doesn't work, that you need to put some type of intermediary module in there, change the voltage, change the slope, change the shape of the gate, etc. And that's kind of what we're doing here, although I'm not sure exactly how any of this works. I'm kind of a pilgrim here. So we've come out of the trigger, not out of the pulse. So we want to keep the gate as narrow as possible, so it's a trig and not a gate. And here's our input, so we're cascading this one into this one. Now we can do this either way. We can go like this, and now we've still got 100 BPM coming out of the top. Now if we come out of the bottom one, I don't know if you can still hear that. Whoops, what happened? Oh, that's our battery dying. All right, we're back. Okay, so we've got this coming out of the output of the second Wapsugan, and we come into the sync, and we've got this started up, so that's ticking away at 100. Oh, my bad. Okay. And now it's running at 50, not 100. We have divided our clock by half. Now if we change this, we'll get back to 100. And there's a little narrow shelf in there where we get this rise time to be just about in here. And if we keep going, we can, I think it doesn't quarter it. It gets kind of close, but okay, that's still at 100. See, I'm timing it with this. It's not 100%, but that says 50. So we have it correct. Now we can pull this out of here, and this is the cool part. I knew you've been waiting for this. And now we're back to 100. We don't need that. And now if we take this little switch down here, and this is all the way over to the left, counterclockwise, all right? And it goes in here, and it comes out here. And now if we click this in time, dun, 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 dun. Whoops. So, pretty cool, huh?